Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs who lived in Lac-Saint-Jean, Quebec. They were brothers, Bud the eldest, Bartholomew the middle piglet, and Theodore who was the youngest. They worked in the IT sector and were confirmed vegetarians. They had moved to the countryside to escape the sky-high prices of condos in Montreal and had decided to build their houses side by side. Bud lived in a luxurious brick home, Bartholomew lived in a handcrafted wooden home, and Theodore lived in a straw hut since he still had a lot of student loans to pay back. One day, Theodore was walking in the forest and enjoying the lovely weather. He could feel that his new CrossFit training program was paying off. All of a sudden, Theodore came face to face with a big, bad wolf. The wolf looked at Theodore and saw dinner. He licked his lips because dinner was here. They stood face to face, staring at each other. Theodore had never seen such a huge wolf. He realized that he was on the wolf's menu, so it was time to run. Theodore dashed and made for his home. He was sure he had never run so fast. The minute he got in, he locked the door. As he stood inside his home, Theodore was freaking out and very scared. He was not sure if his life insurance was up to date. The wolf had chased Theo to his home and now stood outside. He began to huff and puff as he wanted to blow the house down and get the juicy, tender pig that lay inside. He blew and blew, and then the roof blew off, and the whole house blew away. Since Theo had made his house from straw, it could not withstand the wolf. Theo was hysterical as he ran to his brother Bartholomew's home to hide from the wolf. Since Bartholomew was watching TV, it took him a minute to answer the door, but he finally did. Theo told him what had just happened. They locked the door and were feeling very anxious. As he had before, the wolf began to huff and puff to blow the house down. Since the house had been made in wood, it was more resistant, but eventually started to fall apart and blow away. The pigs realized that they were in big trouble, so they fled to their brother Bud's home as fast as they could. Once inside, they explained what had happened to their brother and locked the door. However, Bud seemed strangely amused. Bud had always been one confident pig and was feeling very sure they would be okay because he had built his home in brick. The wolf stood outside the brick home and huffed and puffed but could not blow the house down. He realized that he should stop smoking. He was feeling totally out of breath. Phew! The wolf, whose name was actually Freddy, had recently graduated from university and decided that it was now time to put his degree to use. He realized that he could climb on top of the house and get in through the chimney. The wolf climbed the house quickly and looked down the chimney. He had the pigs trapped. It was going to be a bacon extravaganza. He then began to climb down little by little. As he was entering, Theo and Bart were feeling terrified. No sooner had the wolf started to climb down than Bud raced to the fireplace. The pig had a plan. He quickly lit a fire to stop the wolf. The smoke and flames rose in the chimney while the wolf was climbing down. Suddenly, there were screams of horror as the wolf was burned alive. The pigs realized that they had killed the big bad wolf and were safe. They celebrated and danced in joy as they had not become somebody's bacon dinner. The simple past. When the wolf blew, the straw house collapsed. Used to describe one action or a series of actions at a specific time in the past. The past progressive. The pigs were feeling very scared. Used to describe a period of action in the past. The past perfect. They stared at each other. Theodore had never seen such a big wolf before. Used to describe two related actions in the past, but one action takes place at a time before the other action.